guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. So I'm out here with the dogs, and I wanted to kind of talk with you guys about an issue that came up today when I was just meandering about the house doing stuff. I got a call from a woman who works, I want to say on state level government, and she's a horse breeder. She has a Corso that she's had for 6 years, and she was wanting to look into getting into breeding. And the reason that she wanted to start getting into it is because of the fact that, Kashmir, leave it! Is because of the fact that she's very well aware of animal rights extremists, and she really wanted to kind of get in tune with what it takes to be a breeder and kind of get into this world so that she could better help defend against animal rights extremists. And she ended up, I don't know if she joined the group or if she was already a member of the group, but she was on a group called Cane Corso Preservation, which unfortunately is a very, very toxic group where pretty much every post on there is just breeders trying to take other breeders down. Usually with no evidence. They basically ask you to trust them. And it's a very toxic place. And so she got on there with, all the best of intentions, like many people that are new to the breed do. Even I did that one time. Thinking that there are people on there that can be reasoned with, you know what I mean? That use logic and basic, reasoning and understanding. And that's not at all what goes on. Hey, back over here. Let's go. Preacher, back over here. Now, move it. Come. He's like, not before I pee on this tree over here. Preacher, did you hear what I said? Now, come. Let's go. Good boy. And so, anyway, so she basically got, dog piled on, for lack of a better term. They all kind of jumped on her and attacked her. And, Blondie, no. Let's go. Back over here. Come on. And unfortunately, it's a really common thing that happens. You know what I mean? That's just one of those places where you either agree to do what they do and think like they think and believe what they believe, or they will do their best to tear you down. Batista, hey. No. Let's go. Get over here now. Now. And she tried to kind of defend herself and to kind of use reasoning and logic, and unfortunately was unsuccessful because that's not the way that group works. It's a lot like the Salem witch trials. It's like, there isn't any logic. It's, it's just groupthink, right? It's just a bunch of people who think alike, who will literally, metaphorically burn up anybody that doesn't agree with what they think and believe. And what was sad to me about it is that this woman is in a position to do a lot to help all breeders, not just herself or anybody that she buys from, but all breeders, because she works with lawmakers and could really go a long way towards protecting breeder rights. Batista, let's go. Back over here. Now, move it. Oh, he wants to poop. I see you. He wants to poop. See him? He's like, Mom, why can't I poop in peace? Why won't you let me? And so anyway, so she got, promptly shut down, because that's what those people do. They don't care what your intentions are. They don't care how awesome you could be or the potential that you have to help the community. It doesn't matter. If you don't think like they think and do like they do, then they don't want you. And it was really sad. And I tried my best to help her. Unfortunately, my internet was really bad this morning. I had to call my provider and have them kind of rework it, because it was so bad this morning that nobody could hear me on the phone today. But anyway, it really just highlighted how vulnerable the breeding community is and why animal rights extremists have such a easy time passing laws that affect breeders in a negative way. And it's because of the fact that breeders spend more time on Facebook and other messaging boards and amongst each other, trash talking one another and trying to tear each other down, than they do paying attention to any of the legislature that's going on that actually affects them. And I guarantee you that if those people on those groups would stop wasting all their time trying to tear each other down and would actually spend their time trying to help each other out as far as being aware of what laws are being passed and going out of their way to educate lawmakers and the general public, then we wouldn't be such easy targets. And I don't know what can be done to get breeders to stop working against each other and get them to start working with each other. But I think that something needs to happen soon. Cashmere, no, over here. Let's go. And let's go. Batista, this way. Come on. Let's go. Hurry. Come on. Cashmere, let's go. This way. And come on. Hurry. Come. And anyway, it's just really unfortunate. And one of the things I've noticed is there is one breeding community of dogs that actually doesn't have this problem. And typically, anytime there is a pushback to any type of legislature or legislation that's going on, it's these people that prevent it, and that is the people who breed hunting dogs. You know, whether it be, or sport dogs, whether it be, you know, the greyhound people now, or in my area, coon hunters, hog hunters, things like that. Cashmere, leave it. Cashmere, leave it. So anytime that stuff is going on, it's typically those breeders that are the ones that are really stepping up and helping out in preventing overreaching laws that negatively affect all breeders. And I think the reason why they're so successful is because they work together. You know, they're not, I'm not going to say that they don't have disagreements. I'm sure they do. But they put those aside and they work together when it comes to whenever the lawmakers try to step in and say, oh, well, you can only have this many dogs, you can only breed this many dogs, you can only do this and that. And they really try to step in and stick their, no, Belladonna. They really try to step in and stick their nose into stuff that they really don't know much about. Belladonna, you heard what I said. No. And so I don't know what it's going to take, like I said, for breeders to actually start to work together, but something is going to have to give. And I really think that there needs to be more pressure put on to people who badmouth other breeders with no scientific evidence or sources or facts or anything to back up those statements. You can't just say, well, I know something you don't know. You know what I mean? Or I've been in this longer and I know. You should be able to provide evidence to support your claims. It's really no different than, you know, it's like if how would we feel if instead of Nirvana, no ma'am, over here. How would we feel if instead of the court system requiring evidence to convict people, that people were just convicted on opinion? Hey, now Nirvana, get over here. And that's what happens in the breeding world. And I don't think that it's fair. I don't think that it's helpful. And I think that it needs to change. I think that people need to stop, you know, kind of giving into that and letting that be, you know, the gold standard. And so I don't know how this can be fixed or corrected. I don't know if maybe we need to create our own union to kind of protect each other and really set kind of like a sportsmanship conduct. But I do think that it starts with the every individual. And I encourage people not to support breeders that act that way. You know what I mean? Because they're not just, you know, these people claim that they're doing it for the betterment of the breed, but when you tear other people down And when you create a toxic environment for people that want to step in and help the breed and actually have the ability to do so, that's not helping anybody. It's not even helping yourself. And so, you know, I'm going to start kind of working on this. I'm going to talk to Sprezzatura Cane Corso and other breeders that I know that might be willing to also work together and see if we can't create some type of environment where that kind of toxicity isn't tolerated, and where we can be friendly to newcomers that really want to do right, and they just need a helping hand on how to do the right thing. So anyway, so I hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll talk at you later. Bye.